We are back in Calgar Gym. MIT playing Whittier College. The Engineers and the Poets square off here in San Antonio. We are almost underway in match 4 of the Trinity Fall Classic. MIT opened up with a win over Pomona Pitzer, very convincing 3-0 sweep. While the Poets fell to Franklin and Marshall 3-1. Looking to bounce back against the Engineers. Getting our liberos on the court. Thank you for joining us on the Tiger Network. I am Reed Rosales. And now, with both liberos on the court, we can get started. Whittier will be starting things off, I believe. Looking for a ball. There we go. That is number 8, Jordan Hurd. Whittier out of Whittier, California. And the first of the game. I'm going to go low. Engineers, first attack. It's a solid one, but Whittier gets the dig. They give a solid attack right back, but the pushover. And a tough place to get defensively, so point to the Engineers. As I believe that was Chang. Bit of a setter dump there. Riley Gibbs back to serve for MIT. Back set. Big swing by Brenna Kusleka. And they're going to say Engineer touched it, so 1-1. Back to serve now is Nadine Oronos. Good serve. Point for the Poets. Oronos, local student athlete from Whittier, California. Another good serve. Having to go low for it. And the first swing will be a kill. Lauren Keller, number 13. Getting that one off the block. 2-2 here early on. We are trading points. Serve from MIT. Received well by the Poets. That one tipped over. MIT there to cover. And Greg trying to tip it over. But Whittier just stuffing it back to the Engineers. 3-2, Poet advantage. Is Morgan Lynn now, junior out of Glendora, California. Long serve routine. Getting an Engineer to fall. And point to the Poets as that one is hit a bit too hard. So 4-2, Whittier advantage. Lynn once again. That one handled better by Ashley Margetts. And Rosario can't get that one down. Poets push it over. Free ball for the Engineers. And Consecreta Rosario. Denied again. Poets. That one is hit out. That was number 2, Sofia Zazweta. So the long serve, the long swing from Zazueta gives MIT the ball 4-3. There was Zazueta again. Engineers counterattack. And Zazueta again. Still dug by the Engineers. And a point for the Engineers as a Poet touched that one. 4-4. Ella Gregg to serve. Handled well by the Poets. Zazueta still finding her shots hitting the floor. Zazueta again. That one will, though. Kill for the Poets, 5-4 now. As Nadine Orono's doing some great passing. Speaking of Zazueta, she is back to serve. Gives a good one, handled by Gregg. Big swing from Underwood. And that'll be a kill for MIT. Claire Underwood, the sophomore out of Yorba Linda, California. Now back to serve for the Engineers. Ottavia Persineni. Causing the libero to fall to her knees. The pushover into a good spot. Easy point for MIT. Just no one there to cover. All the Poets were up front, no one in the back. Nowhere else you would put it. Persineni. Her serve is handled much better. Big swing. And they are calling no touch. That was Riley DeGroot, who really thought she had a touch there. But nope, point for MIT. Persineni back to serve again. And the quick set for the middle. Point for the Poets. Xenia Villagomez will be back to serve, as she was also the one who got that kill. Chang over to Underwood. Point for the Engineers, as that one was over and out. Emily Chang back to serve. The senior setter out of Sunnyvale, California. Handled well. Another big swing. DeGroot can't find the floor though, but that one too far hit, so 7-8, Engineer advantage. Substitutions for the Poets, number 8 and number 17. Jordan Hurd and Brenna Kuzleka. Chang over to Underwood, gets denied. Point for the Poets. As that was Riley DeGroot there, along with Mia D'Amato. Point for the Poets. 8-8 now. 9-8 now, pardon me. That one received well. Underwood with the tap. But the Poets are there to collect it. Good dig by Persineni. That one blocked. So, some big blocks by Mia D'Amato. As Jordan Hurd still serving for the Poets. They are on a 4-0 scoring run. Ooh, high serve receive. Underwood gets dug easily by DeGroot. Other side, that one gets blocked. Rania Kusleka couldn't find the ground there. Another block. DeGroot blocked again. And that one tip gets over the net. Attacked by the Engineers between the Poet blockers and the net. Point for MIT. That was Lauren Keller who will be credited for the kill there. Ashley Margetts back to serve. We're going low to get that one. And an Engineer touched it, so they have to play it. Personeni just giving the Poets a free ball. Big swing, overhand receive by the stat keeper's table. And it looked like Bragg may have fallen over it. But she makes her way back to the court. Big swing, tool off the block. Lauren Keller, the junior right side out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And a tall right side at that, 6'2". Margetts with another serve. We are tied up 10-10. DeGroot, one touch off the block. That one is all Ella Gregg. 10-11 MIT advantage. And Zazueta couldn't get the platform under it. And a short serve is handled by the Poets very well. Personeni going over to Keller. DeGroot, dug by Personeni. And that one is going to be a point for MIT. We had one line judge signaling an antenna violation, but the other, the down judge and the up judge, calling that one off. Point for the Poets there on the pushover. So 12-11, MIT enters the Trinity Fall Classic as the number 13 team in the nation. Looking to have a clean weekend here in San Antonio. DeGroot's next serve. Handled by Personeni. Big swing, point for the Poets. Double called on the Engineers. So we're tied 12-12 now, as the Poets playing the Engineers close. Next serve. And very well. Gregg, too far, point for the Poets. Timeout called by MIT and Coach Dill wanting to talk things over with his squad as MIT enters this matchup as the favorite. And right now you can see 10 kills compared to 4. But it has been less than clean volleyball from either side. Look at that hitting percentage. Could use some improvements. But the Poets staying in this one. They're going to cut their huddle off early. Heading back on to the court. Whittier, a part of the SCIAC, while MIT plays in the NUMAC. And that timeout will be cut off short. Whittier on a 3-0 scoring run. That's Riley DeGroot, the junior out of Ontario, California, not Ontario, Canada. Setting the middle quickly, and that one hits off of, not sure what that is up there, maybe a speaker on the ceiling, but it'll end up as a kill for MIT as Keller destroyed that one. good set to Keller over there. And MIT showing off their strength. Playing over to Greg. And it is 14-13 in favor of the Engineers. Ali Gibbs, sophomore out of Chagrin Falls. Point for MIT. Whittier having some troubles there. Next serve. Seems to be handled well. A big swing by Zazueta. It's dug by the Engineers, who put that one away for a kill. 16-13 now. Timeout called by Whittier, head coach for the Poets. Chris Duarte McDermott, his 11th season with Whittier College. Entered this game 3-4, lost the tournament opener, or the invitational opener, to Franklin and Marshall 3-1. And looking at those stats, MIT has been putting a ton of kills on the board. Well, Whittier they're keeping up with MIT, but MIT has been playing cleaner volleyball as a whole. MIT defense, though, is constantly shutting down some of these Whittier outsides. The Poets have already entered back onto the court. MIT wanting to take a bit longer in the timeout. But now they'll break their huddle, head back out there. And watch out for Consecreta Rosario. Had a very big game against Pomona Pitzer. And as we are out of the timeout, Zazueta once again gets dug by Chang. And Lauren Keller just pushing that one over the net. Whittier not expecting it. 13-17 MIT advantage. Ali Gibbs still serving for MIT, who's on a 5-0 scoring run right now. Serve the other way. That one hit too far. Unfortunate for the Poets. Brenna Kusleka. That one was almost touched by Margits, but backed away at the last minute. And that will be a point for the Poets, as Kusleka able to get that ball between the defender and the net. 14-18. Now the libero, Nadine Oronos, gives a good serve. Engineers have a tough time attacking with it. Back row attack. Cause a diving Margits. Maybe not the best attack for MIT. Point to Whittier. They're down by 3 now. So timeout proving to be effective so far. Cheng over to Greg, and that one will be called in. So point for MIT. They are still ahead by 4. Whittier's got some ground to make up. Daphne Gavros in for the Engineers, and back to serve. You see her on your screen right now. That one passed very close to the net. Personeni handles that one with ease. Poets' second attack through the middle. Personeni, and over. Point for the Engineers. I didn't quite catch the reason. I believe it was a Poet in the net, though. So a 5-point lead for MIT as they break that 20-point barrier. You see the MIT huddle. MIT in the home stretch. Whittier is playing closer to MIT in this first set than Pomona Pitzer did in their opener. MIT looks like maybe the best team in the country in that one. They lead the nation in hitting percentage. So expect clean games from them. Whittier here in San Antonio. This is their second game. It'll be their last game for today. Tomorrow, they'll start off at 12:15 against Trinity, and then at 4:45 they will play Southwestern. So taking on the SCAC attack, I suppose. Both teams heading back out onto the court. As Daphne Gavros serving this one up for MIT. The Poet attack and tooled off the block. Brenda Kusleka bringing her team within 4 as now number 9, Morgan Lynn, back to serve for the Poets. Using her 8 seconds to the fullest. Swing, a big swing from Ella Gregg. But that one kept alive by the Poets. And that one was hit under the net, so point for the Poets. That pass just too close to the net for Emily Chang to make a play on. So another serve by Morgan Lynn. Ooh, another close one at the net. That one may have been out, but the Poets play it. That one blocked. So point for the Engineers, 17-21. And maybe a Poet touched that one, and that's why they went after it. But to me, that one looked like it was going out. Although we do get a different view from up here in the press box than we do than out on the floor. MIT keeps that one alive. Underwood gets dug on the tip. Free ball for the Engineers. Back row attack. That went too far. Ella Gregg. An attacking error there. 18-21. Sofia Zazueta, sophomore out of La Mirada, California. Nice dig. Nice serve receive, rather. Into the quick attack, point for MIT. They are up by 4. As Azueta only gets one serve. But Otavia Persaneni will serve it now for the Engineers. Setting up the middle, blocked by MIT. 23-18 now. MIT starting to pull away. Absolute denial there. And tough serve receive. DeGroot, big swing, hitting off of a little fence on the second level, or the railing rather. 23-19. Whittier not out of it yet. That's Megan Hester, freshman out of Laverne, California, home to fellow SCIAC school Laverne. And setter dump hits the net, so Whittier gets plenty of time to react. Chang, a quick set the middle, can't get it down. DeGroot, and a tough pass there. Free ball for the Poets. See what they do with it. Send it over to Riley DeGroot. Will they attack? They will not. Another free ball for the Poets. DeGroot again. And another difficult dig there. And the attack is in the net. Engineers were on the ground. But man, that pressure put on by Riley DeGroot eventually causing the Engineer defense to fall apart and make a sloppy attack. 20-23. Hester's next serve. Dug well. Chang all the way to the other side to Margits. Gets dug. Persineni passing it over to Margits. Still can't get that one down. DeGroot. The tip will get down. 21-23. Whittier riding their way back into this one. They're only down by 2. The Poets score one more. May force Coach Dill to call a timeout. Another tough serve receive. Very close to the net. That will be another point for Whittier. Yep, timeout called by Coach Dill. Could see that one coming. As Whittier's only down by 1 now. 4-0 scoring run. MIT is not in a comfortable position at all because they're at 23. They're at 24. They may feel a bit more comfortable. They're 2 away from 25. And MIT's going to break their huddle very fast. It looks like it's going to be the same thing for the Poets. So, speed running the timeout. Coach Dill just putting it simply. Sometimes just saying get this next one is enough to motivate a team. Whittier down by 1 with Megan Hester still serving. That one handled much better. Yeah, tooled off the block there. Allie Gibbs putting MIT at game point. The setter, Emily Chang, back to serve for MIT. 3 receiver look for the Poets. And a no-touch ace will end things off here in set 1. The Poets misjudging that one. They keep it very close though, 25-22. Look at those stats. MIT having the better hitting percentage. And better stats really all around. But Whittier took advantage of those errors by MIT. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as these teams get set up for set 2. We are back in CalGuard Gym. Here for set 2, MIT taking set 1, 25-22. The Poets staying competitive in it, even though the stat sheet may not indicate that. Both teams looking to play some cleaner volleyball. This was a bit sloppy from both sides. As we get our liberos back on the court, seems like we are not changing anything about the lineups. Pomona Pitzer in their really blue clothes, sitting at the top of your screen as we are back into it. Chang starting things off for MIT with that serve. She will set it over to Lauren Keller. Point for the Engineers, as Keller will get the kill there. Pomona Pitzer is the nightcap game against Trinity, Texas. I know, MIT might be seeing a different Trinity more often. Point for MIT as they block that one. Two-point advantage for the Engineers. And a short serve, very well done. And that one is blocked once again. Oh my. Ashley Margetts was one of those blockers there to stop that one. And that one will be a lucky break for the Poets. They'll get the ball back on that long serve. Libero serving for Whittier. Big swing, point for MIT as they are off to an early lead. See it right here. Yeah, Margetts is putting that one away. And Margetts also serving now. Setting the middle by Personeni, handling that one. Poets defense can't handle that one though, 1-5. And MIT has put some punishment on teams if they slip up. I mean, that 25-3 set 1 win over Gordon College. Point for MIT, a double called on the Poets. 6-1. Timeout called by Whittier. It makes sense. MIT has all the momentum right now. On a 3-0 scoring run. And you can see their hitting percentage has improved quite a bit from the start of the match. The Whittier offense is just a bit stuck in the mud right now. Yeah, 21 kills for MIT. They are performing very, very well. And MIT is going to break their huddle with 30 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if the Poets take any longer. Nope, they are breaking theirs as well. Ashley Margetts enjoying her time behind the service line. Hoping to get a couple more in, I'm sure. And handled by the Poets. The tip attempt doesn't go over, but that one does. MIT gonna be able to keep that one alive? Yeah, they are. Going to the outside. Can't get it there. And a great dig by Nadine Oronoz. Kill for the Poets. I believe that was Azueta finally breaking through there. So now serving for the Poets, number 9, Morgan Lynn. Ooh, close to the net. And that one will be out. Very aggressive swing, but just barely didn't have the accuracy. Ooh, man, that was close. But good job on Chang for setting that one so close to the net. And a quick kill there as Ali Gibbs with the set from Chang. After getting that pass from Margits. Puts that one away easily. 3-7. Ali Gibbs. That one very close to the net. No assistance needed there as Consecreta Rosario puts that one down. 3-8. And mark that down as a service error as Gibbs puts that one in the net. MIT still doubled up on Whittier. Sofia Zazueta gives a good serve. Tooled off the block. Lauren Keller once again. Another kill next to her name. Keller has 8 kills in the match so far. Is it Daphne Gavros? We'll get a service ace there. That one rolling off the platform of Zazueta. Nine 4 is the score. 3 receiver look for the Poets. Another attempt for redemption by Zazueta, and that one in the net. Ellie DeGroot can't get it over, so 11-4 now. And a very close first set. It's seeming a bit more lopsided here in set 2. That one hit off the top of the net. Counterattack by the Poets. That one blocked by MIT. And good hustle. And Gavros may have gone all the way, but one of the assistant coaches, I believe Caitlin Tran, stopping her. Don't want the players getting hurt. The serve by the Poets. That'll be a service ace for Xenia Villagomez. Six to 11 now. Another Villagomez serve. That one handled better though. Point for the Poets. I believe they're going to get called on a double on the MIT side. Yes, they are. 7-11 now. Next serve from Villagomez, another good one. Gregg gets dug, but that one will be an overpass. Gregg once again, oh man, just absolutely annihilated that one into Morgan Lynn. 7-12. And speaking of Ella Gregg, Gregg is back serving for the Engineers. That one off of the platform of Nadine Oronoz. So ace for Gregg. Coach for the Tigers, Julie Jenkins, watching this match with interest, as the Tigers will be playing both of these teams at different points. And the swing from Margetts gets dug. DeGroot Man, good dig there for Personeni, but the pass all the way over to the scorer's table. Unable to get there. 13-8. That shot was a bit too hot to handle. Jordan Hurd, senior out of San Dimas, California. Personeni with the serve receive. Margetts tools it off the block. 8-15 now. And Otavia Personeni back to serve. Great serve from Personeni. Tip over. Engineer attack. Blocked. But it didn't matter anyway. Both line judges signaling that it hit off the antenna. So 9-14. Back set. That one denied. So point for Whittier. They break the double-digit barrier as Ali Gibbs got denied there. Good look on that replay. Riley DeGroot. Serve received well. Marget just pushing it over. And point for the Poets there. Mia Diamato doing like a backwards pushover. That was interesting to see. I believe this was a timeout called by Coach Dill and MIT. MIT's hitting percentage on the season is .367. Right now they are under that mark, hitting .226. Lauren Keller's hitting very well. 8 kills on 12 attempts, .667. And Ella Gregg, 6 kills and 3 errors on 13 attempts is the next best at .231. And a lot of the Poets' offensive stars stuck in the mud. A lot of errors tacked on the board. But more errors committed by MIT. Whittier coming back into this game though. DeGroot once again. Push over the net. And the whistle was blown before it reached the Poets, so it's a point for the Poets. And Upjudge didn't give a signal. I'm gonna guess it was a double on MIT. So DeGroot enjoying her time behind the service line. Tip over, Poets keep it alive. Good thinking to push it over by Zazueta. Zazueta, dug by Personeni. The push over that time by MIT. Personeni digs that one. Marget gets dug. Zazueta, dug by Personeni. And MIT cannot string up a counterattack. So 13-14, Whittier has made a very nice comeback. 5-0 scoring run. And another serve for Riley DeGroot. Causing an engineer to fall. Margetts, very good, powerful swing. Nets her the kill there. And Lauren Keller, who's been the offensive star of the show for MIT, is back on the court. So keep an eye out for number 13. The set. And point for MIT, double on the Poets. So MIT 16, Whittier 13. as Emily Chang back to serve once again. Ooh, pass too close to the net. Can't do that against MIT. They got plenty of tall players who will smack that one down. In that case, that was Allie Gibbs. Yeah, it was a perfect set for Allie Gibbs to crush. Chang setting the middle, gets blocked. Point for the Poets as Engineer set that one back over, but could not send it back inside the area of play. And Nadine Odonos back to serve for the Poets. The Engineer attack touched up front and pushed back down, or at least it was attempted to be pushed back down. That'll be a kill for MIT. Not letting that unassisted kill attempt shake them up. Ashley Margetts. Good dig for the Poets, or good serve receive rather. But the attack lackluster. Timeout called by Whittier. They're down by 5. They made a comeback from a similar margin. To be on the wrong end of an MIT offense. Engineers back out on the court. Ashley Margetts, senior out of Brownsburg, Indiana, serving this one up for the Engineers. Odonos, serve receive. Lazueta, a great dig by Personeni to keep this one alive. Oh man, Personeni takes that one off the chest. Big swing. Not stopping that one though. I believe that was Rena Kusleka with the kill there. Poet serve, handled well. Other side, Keller gets dug. And free ball, not a free ball. They missed some miscommunication as it looks like all the Engineers got out of the way and let that ball fall. Maybe a bit of a lucky break for the Poets. The lapse in communication will give Morgan Lynn another serve. Close to the net. Too close to the net. But Engineers keep it alive. Zazueta off one blocker. Dug by Personeni. Free ball for the Poets. Push over, overhead receive by Personeni that time. That one hit out. So another point for the Poets. They're only down by 2. They will get Morgan Lynn another serve. MIT wanting to break that 20-point barrier. They're oh so close. And 2 Engineers wanting to go after that one. Bragg gets blocked, absolutely denied. Xenia via Gomez. In part on the block there. So Whittier only down by 1. Another big comeback. They haven't tied the second set yet. And who will Chang set up? Sets up the middle. And MIT breaks the 20-point barrier. Consecreta Rosario back in the game for MIT. Now serving for MIT, Ali Gibbs. Ooh, very low serve receive. Greg attacks, but it's handled by the Poets. Zazueta. Ooh, this one will be a tough one. We'll see if they get an attack off. Nope, free ball for the Poets. And setter dump. Covered very well by Chang. And point for the Poets. That one hit off an engineer. Yeah, big swing there. Good job on Chang for reading the eyes of the setter and reacting very quickly to that setter dump. Sofia Zazueta. 1-point game. And service error. Last thing you want if you're Whittier. Back to serve for MIT, Daphne Gavros. And that one barely out. So still a 1-point game as two teams trade service errors. Number 20 and number 4 in for Whittier. That is Mia D'Amato and Megan Hester. Hester's serve, causing Margits to go to her knees. Greg hits through a blocker, 20-22. And Whittier is very close, but they're not quite there yet. Now Ella Gregg up to serve. Oh, overhead receive attempt. Does not go well for Whittier. Mark that down as an ace for Gregg. As number 15 enters the game for the Poets, I believe that's a new face. As Brooke Sasaki. Chang, back set over to Rosario. Game point for the Engineers. Whittier not wanting to slip away at the end. The serve from Gregg. And I don't think anyone's getting to that one. And no, they are not. So an ace to end it off for the Engineers by Gregg. Set 2 ends 25-20. So both teams have reached that 20-point marker in both sets. The Engineers playing just slightly cleaner volleyball, although they have 16 errors compared to 9 for the Poets. But every other category they're leading. Not hitting percentage, still low for Whittier. Brenna Kusleka hitting 231, the best Poet right now. 5 kills on 2 errors on 13 attempts. Meanwhile, for MIT, Lauren Keller having herself a game. 9 kills on 1 error on 15 attempts. Good enough for a 533 hitting percentage. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we'll see if the Engineers can finish off the Poets in 3 sets. looking like similar looks for both sides to start this third set. Whittier has quite the challenge set forth for them, down 2-0 against MIT. They played them close in sets 1 and 2. And it'll be important for them to win set 3. Meanwhile, if you're MIT, 2 sweeps on day 1 would be a good momentum getter, because their next matchup is against Trinity tomorrow at 7. And we are out of the timeout. Megan Hester serve. Handled well, but big block by the Poets. Number 17 and number 20 coming together there. That's Brenda Kusleka and Mia Dimato. Another Hester serve. Chang, back set. That'll be a kill for Ali Gibbs. (1-1) tied here very early on in set 3. Margit's serve will be an ace. Another roller off the platform, this time of Megan Hester. But MIT very aggressive at swinging at the ball. DeGroot with the attack. Personeni able to handle it though. Blocked by the Poets. And we're just gonna push that one over. See what the Poets do with it. Setter dump attempt. Kept alive. Free ball for the Engineers. Ultimately that setter dump will backfire. Point for MIT. Lauren Keller putting that one away. Maybe some chatter from one of the benches. And one touch from the block. And Keller downballs it. Swing there in the net. Number 17, Brenda Kusleka. Freshman out of Upland, California. Another serve for MIT. They're up 4-1. And the attempted short serve does not make it over the net. So we get 2-4. Still MIT advantage. As the battle between the STEM and the humanities continues. That one down for a kill. MIT leading it 5-2. As Jordan Hurd will head back to serve. Great hit off the block there, getting in between the blockers. Roseno's receiving that one fairly well. Chang passing it up for Grag. Can't get it down. DeGroot too close to the net. Got to be careful there, kind of running into the up judge's stand. Another serve for MIT. DeGroot once again will end up getting the kill there. Poets down 3-6. They're not out of it just quite yet. Ottavia Personeni back in for MIT. And Morgan Lynn serving it up for Whittier. And that is a short serve, easily handled. And Consecreta Rosario had a big game in the opener against Pomona Pitzer. Crushes that one. And now back over to an MIT serve. Very well done by Daphne Gavros. Grag gets dug by Oroznos. Big swing from DeGroot. Man, just what raw power there. 4-7 in favor of MIT. Riley DeGroot. Good serve there. A very tough place to get. Push over there. Other side. That one hitting DeGroot. Going to fall back a little. And could have been a joust at the net, but only Whittier contending with that one. Arrozo's passing it over. Can't get that one down. That was Kusleka. Point for the Engineers. And Orozno's a little slow to get up. Kind of tripping over some of her teammates. Substitution. And we're gonna wipe down the floor a little bit. If you've been watching all the broadcasts, you know that this is a commonality in all of them. I don't think we have a single match where this has not happened. A lot of hard work being put on display for you. Off the top of the net was Greg's serve. That one blocked. Down ball. Chang over to Rosario. Another kill for Rosario. Rosario not getting as many attempts as I expected she would in this one. They seem to be feeding her a little bit more now. Quick side out there. So 9-5. MIT up by 4. Serving for the Poets. Good serve. Can't get to that one was Xenia Villagomez. As Otavia Persaneni now serving for MIT. Big swing, but Engineers handle it. We'll see if they attack. They do. That was Underwood attacking there. The tip handled very well, far too tame. And another swing there from Kusleka, doesn't get down. Underwood, waterfall ball will get the kill. MIT 11, Whittier 5. Timeout called by Whittier. Yeah, perfect waterfall ball there. Easy to see why Whittier calls a timeout. They're down by 6. Net hitting percentage has not changed much since the second set. But MIT still out hitting the Poets. 40 kills and 36 assists. They've been very efficient on the offensive side of the ball. And getting points on the board. That hitting percentage could be worked on. 17 errors, certainly not what you want to have. Both teams breaking their huddles. Quick timeout. Poets back on the court. Coach Dill having a chat with one of his players, Claire Underwood. And Otavia Persaneni. Great serve there. Oroznos has to dive for that one. Set over to Underwood, blocked. Chang with the dump. We'll get a point off of it, 5-12. Good idea there. Just pushing it over to the corner. And Poets maybe contesting. There's a chat with the up judge. I believe they're contesting the last call. Take a look right here. Leave that one to your interpretation, to the viewers at home. But play will go on. And point for the Poets. Double substitution for Whittier. Number 8 and number 17. Those are Jordan Hurd and Brenna Kusleka. A pushover. Nothing doing there. MIT keeps it alive. And Toole off the block. Point for MIT. 6-13. So MIT pulling away now. They've doubled up on the Poets. But we've seen the Poets in a similar position in the last set, and they made a nice comeback. Maybe it all starts here as that one hit too far. Point for Whittier. I'm just realizing that there are 2 Kuslekas on the Poet roster. I'm going to assume that they're related because Kusleka, I'm just going to imagine, is not a very common last name. A swing and off of a block. Another point for MIT. It is 7-14. As Ashley Margits back to serve. DeGroot, far back attack, doesn't get down. Tooled off the block. MIT up 7-15. As Ashley Margits once again will serve for the Engineers. DeGroot sends it right over to Persaneni, who handles it with ease. Off the block. Another point for MIT. It is 7-16. Timeout called by Whittier. As this timeout is called in a much more bleak situation, I would say. Down by 9 against MIT. That is a rough position to be in. You see the Poet huddle there. Coach Duarte McDermott talking to his squad as it is a monumental task to come back. Not only are you down 2 sets, but you are down by 9 in set 3. But the Poets will keep grinding this one out as they break their huddle. And once again, the Poets break the huddle quicker than the Engineers do on a Whittier timeout. Both teams back on the court. Coach Steele talking to Personeni a bit longer. And Ashley Margits. Good serve receive by Oroznos. Point for the Poets. That one may have been sent straight down. As Nadine Oroznos. Good serve, handled by Grag. Oh man, monster swing by Keller. But a point ultimately to Whittier. Great dig. Oh, Oroznos. Gets herself another serve there. Personeni gets the serve receive. They will attack. Easy block for the Poets. Grag gets through one Poet. And DeGroot will hit it into the net, 9-17. Allie Gibbs for the Engineers now. Solid serve, handled well by Oroznos. DeGroot. And there was a whistle blown. Point for the Poets. I think they're called an engineer in the net. But 10-17 now, either way. Chang is setting in the middle. Rosario blocked. Grag gets to the block, but can't get it down. DeGroot. Cross-court shot, can't find the area of play. 10-18. Daphne Gavros back to serve for MIT now. It'll be a short time behind the service line as that one hit a bit too hard. Riley DeGroot will take her place as she serves for the Poets. Chang setting Grag, gets blocked. To Grag again. One touch off the block. Back set to the middle, tipped over. Chang setting Rosario now. DeGroot handling it just fine. Zazueta can't get it down. Big swing off the block. Point for the Engineers. As yeah, that one went off of the block into the antenna. Next serve from Grag. Another ace for Grag. She's been really good behind the service line today. That'll be her 4th ace. Very good day. New faces in for MIT as Eileen Sadati, pitcher out of San Juan Capistrano, California, in for the game. Got to cover the back of your head. That was a very low serve. And number 16, Kaylee May, pitcher out of Camarillo, California, or maybe Camarillo, rather. Sets it, and easy kill there for MIT. As now we've got a palindrome score on the board. No matter which way you cut it, 21-12, 12-21. Persineni back to serve. They are handling the Poets much better in this third set. And that one, not really close for Mia D'Amato. Little too much on that one. 12-22 as Persineni gives up another serve. Point for the Poets as they break through. Pitts are heading back to the stands as their date with Trinity very close to beginning. Will happen 30 minutes after the conclusion of this match. Set over, but point for the Poets off the net, 4 touches. Sadati could not get it over. May, quick set to the middle, and that'll be a kill for Allie Gibbs. 14-23. Poets down by 9. And another new face for MIT as Lexi Foland, first year defensive specialist out of Pensacola, Florida, will be back to serve. That one almost went over the net, not quite though. So 15-23, Megan Hester trying to make a miracle comeback for Whittier at this point. Good serve. May hooked that one over to Underwood, couldn't get it down. That one hit into the net by DeGroot. Match point for the Engineers, as the Engineers have dominated this third set. Maybe one last substitution as they put in Ashley Margetts. Three receiver look for Whittier. That one off a block. May, back row attack by Margetts. Doesn't get down. Setting the middle, the tip doesn't find the floor. Drag, big swing, dug by Hester. DeGroot hitting that one over and hitting it out. So MIT Engineers a clean win in set 3, and they will take the match 3-0. Yeah, that one just out. There's a look at your final stats. MIT did well in pretty much every category. Higher hitting percentage, more digs, more aces, more assists, more kills, and matching the Poets in errors. They played very clean in that third set. 6 blocks for the Engineers compared to 7 for Whittier. Some stats for the game. Lauren Keller, 476 hitting percentage, 11 kills, 1 error on 21 attempts. Very good day for her. Consecreta Rosario, 6 kills and 1 error on 12 attempts, 417 hitting percentage. Another great game for her as well. Yeah, MIT looked very solid in that last set. Whittier, I believe that was their last match for today. Indeed it was. They come back tomorrow at 12:15 to play Trinity, Texas, and then at 4:45 they will play Southwestern. So Whittier fans, be sure to tune into those. As for MIT, they get a long break. They will play Trinity at 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on the Tiger Network. We are now in the 30-minute countdown for Trinity, Texas versus Pomona Pitzer. So join us at right now, 7:20 will be our tentative start time. Thank you for joining us on the Tiger Network. I've been Reed Rosales, and hopefully I will see you in about 30 minutes.